Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special video from the False Prophets podcast. I'm Phil Risden.
And I'm Manny Perez.
And I know this isn't the usual day that we post things
Right.
and put things out, but we got together and felt like we needed to RIP Takeoff from
Yes.
Migos.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, for real. A true Atlanta god. Everybody obviously knows Migos from their first major, mainstream hit with Drake, Versace. They grew into their own too, as well,
Right.
and became, this huge wave that really, really changed hip hop in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. Created their own sound, by the way.
Created their own sound.
and people mimicked them and they followed them, That's a heavy hitter, just
Yeah.
thinking about a man who, again, a pioneer.
Yep.
A pioneer of like this new age of like hip hop, man. And just to lose his life over some stupidity, man. It's just really sad,
What really just disappoints me is that another black man is dead over something, so foolish, especially like a black man of prominence and affluence.
Yeah.
And this is kind of why we felt like we had to do this video, is because, since we've been doing this show, we've only done about 25 episodes.
Mhm.
Please check out, last week's episode. But out of 25 episodes, I think about 3 to 4 of those have been announcing the death
of an
of a
artist.
rapper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to this point now where I feel like something does need to be said. Weren't you saying it was like at a private party? Or
Private
something?
parties, a dice game. Just the fact that it was a private party.
Yeah.
This is a place that you're going to feel comfortable in because it's a private party. Only specific people are supposed to enter this place.
Yep.
And not even that you can feel safe
Yeah.
anymore. At a private party, it's like, damn, am I even safe in my own house at that point?
I think a lot of rappers need to realize that, like, once you're making all this money, your life has changed, and you can't
Mhm.
necessarily be around the same people or even the same energy. The amount of money in that dice game was probably, less than the Birkin bag you bought for your side piece.
Mm-hmm.
But you're over here willing to put yourself in danger over something that small based on pride and where you think you come from. And listen, I wasn't born in that scenario, so I can't always relate to that and tell people what to do. But the fact of the matter is, when you're trying to get to the next level of your life, you have to realize that certain things need to change.
They didn't know that was going to happen, obviously.
Obviously, I know.
But, it's just like, it's I don't know, like, because I was reading into it and like he was just like clueless to anything. Like the argument wasn't even with him. It was with someone else. Something has to happen within the community already because yeah, it's one thing to say, yeah, take the guns off the streets, so let's stop violence, or, sending out prayers and stuff like that. But something else has to happen, something bigger than that.
I think it's an issue of the rapper community, because that's
true.
Subsection
Yeah.
of the black community. It's very, very small, but they all have this money and they all come from this certain background. And I think rappers as a whole, there needs to be some sort of summit, some sort of meeting together. Takeoff wasn't even involved in the dice game and stuff. And that's probably true. But that's almost even worse.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that goes again to what I'm saying about having the wrong element around you.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you still hanging around with guys who pull guns out during dice games? That type of nigga should not be in your atmosphere.
First of all, it's a private party. Why do you have a gun?
Why do you have a gun?
I'm pretty sure there's security there already.
Exactly.
Whoever this fucking dickhead is, man, I hope he gets his. That's it. I'm sorry to say it, but yeah.
I'm sorry, because you know what, like, and that might have been Takeoff's like close buddy too. And if it is, I'm sure that guy's feeling it. But at the same time, this nigga does deserve to be behind bars, because you know what, just karmically, he deserves to be in jail. Yeah. Because it's like, bro, you were born with being friends with two of the dopest fucking dudes. They took over Atlanta. They took over the fucking world. And now they just have you in their entourage making all sorts of money for doing nothing.
Yeah.
Smoking weed and fucking bad bitches.
And that's going off of like what we read, that supposedly was somebody on their side.
Yes. And this is
whoever it was. Yeah.
And this is what we're going off of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And even if it wasn't necessarily on their side, somebody getting invited to that party was still cool enough with them to be in that atmosphere.
Right. You
know what I mean? So their existence is essentially doing nothing but helping you. and you decided to reward them for their kindness by getting mad at a dice game, being drunk, and accidentally shooting one of them in the back of the head.
This is, the feeling.
So,
The feeling that I get. Yeah, fuck you, man. Like,
I'm sorry.
The feeling that I get is kind of like, it's like when I found out that Nipsey Hussle died.
Yes.
And I was just like, whoa, what? It's like,
Yeah.
you think, I'm like, oh yeah, these are higher up people's, like, they can't be touched. And then it's like, oh shit, somebody actually touched these individuals. Then it's just, the fact is, it's like, I just start thinking about the person who did it, and I'm just like, it's just like mad, like, evil thoughts. Like, you just think about, man, I hope that motherfucker dies. I hope this, I hope that. But it's just like, it's just a circle. Like, you don't want that to happen. But yeah, go to jail, rot in that shit. Whoever the fuck did that.
But I think though,
he needs his ass beat.
He does, bro.
Whoever it was.
Whoever it was,
whatever
like,
you go
needs
by.
to really like take accountability in that way. But I feel like stuff like this is almost worse than Nipsey Hussle, because there's certain just general street rules that people need to follow. Even with like P&B Rock,
of course,
it's like, no disrespect to the dead, but everybody in all those interviews were saying that specific Roscoe's was not one you should go wearing chains. People get robbed there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Regular people, not rappers, get robbed there all the time. So that's dangerous. You have Nipsey Hussle, great pillar of the community, but he called that guy a rat in front of everybody, and that guy was mentally ill, on top of that. So you're stirring the pot there. You call anyone a rat, you know what I mean, who comes from that background, and they're possibly going to come right back around and shoot you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These guys, in this specific moment, are at a dice game at a private party for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's a bigger thing. Is like, you're not talking about street enemies. You're not talking about random, hungry ass hood dudes who need to rob somebody to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about people of a high caliber not having the right people around them.
Mm-hmm.
These people, the person who shot him probably didn't mean take off any actual violence.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just because they had the wrong mentality, they ended up causing such a crucial mistake that everything in their universe is now fractured because of it. And that's a different type of mistake than all the others. That's what makes me so sad. And I think more people, like, need to think about the people they have around them, whether you're, somebody who's about to pop off or you're just some regular guy. Always check the energy you have around you, the people you have around you.
This is a big, like, awakening,
like,
to everyone. I hope, like, the hip hop community, like, really sees this and actually change it. Again, going back to what you said earlier, they basically take people out from your entourage that you think are too dangerous.
Delete that nigga.
Delete them, and then just also just like honestly just focus on you, your music, and like maybe just
send them money if you have to, just to shut them the fuck
get
up.
Real security, maybe,
but
I don't know. I just don't know. But it's just like, this is a real awakening. Something has to happen. I don't have the words. You don't have the words. We're giving our opinions.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have the answers.
But
don't. Like, they do. So I hope this, like, basically gathers the hip hop community and does something for a change. I don't know the route again, but it's just, RIP, man. RIP. That's all I can say.
RIP Takeoff. Yeah, there's really nothing more we can really say about it. I mean, it is what it is. Just, RIP Takeoff, and
condolences to the family and everything.
Yeah, condolences to the family, and to that dude who it seems accidentally did that. I will say, my heart goes out to you as well, as from one human being to another who has made a mistake. I understand that you made a mistake and everything, and this is probably tearing you apart, because this is probably some guy that you actually did know and did care about, and now every friend that you have ever had hates you right now because of that. And just know that, you are still loved, by God and by your family, but you did do wrong, and you have to take accountability, and whatever that accountability is something that you must bear yourself. Because every mistake you've made leading up to this is what brought you here right now to fuck this up for that whole Migos crew, and for all these people that work under them, and for all the people that love them. So I love you, but also fuck you, and just understand that, and I hope you grow and become a better person because of it. Yeah. This has been the False Prophets podcast snippet I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't have to do too many more RIP
God
videos.
forbid, man.
God forbid. But thank you guys, and
Yeah.
peace out.
Stay safe.